There she is. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. I have to apologise for the voice. I've got a bit of a cold. It is Monday the 1st of April and it's a bank holiday, so I'm on my own today. Andy's got it off. But I thought I would stop teasing you guys and show you what I have finally got for my small processor. You'd have seen it arriving on the intro, but I've gone ahead and got a Palax C750.2 Pro Plus. Either the Plus or the Pro means it's electric or dual power. But yeah, I haven't actually ran it yet. I've ran it on the demo, and that was about it. This is where its kind of position is going to be temporarily until we finally get this area concreted and we get another container, and then we're going to put a roof between the two containers, and that's where this will live. So as you can see, it's already in team colours, which is nice. I like my sheams to look in black. I think they just look really nice. Like I said, this is a dual power one, so it's electric and PTO. As you can see behind there, there is a 540 PTO shaft. Might not be able to see it, but then we've also got the power here. So this is a circular saw machine, and that's the way I wanted to go. So I went on delivery on Saturday to the guy that has all the long logs, 50 centimetre long logs, and he has placed an order for 20 cages initially, possibly 30. So we're going to make 20 cages up of long stuff, because this processor can do 25 to 60 centimetres. Hopefully we can open this up. There is a slight modification I'm going to have to do and cut 5 centimetres back, and just cut this out, and that then allows us to cut 20 centimetre stuff for the kindling machine. Has currently got the 4-way knife on it, but we have a 6-way knife on order, so that's due to come in. This is actually an ex-demo machine, so it came out on demo to me for a couple of hours, but it also did a couple of other demos at farms, etc., wood yards, and it also did a demo day at the dealers. So it's had a little bit of use, not much. Still perfectly new, pretty much. What we do have to do though is run these 3 or 4 softwood logs through the wood, the Firewood factory. We'll have to turn the digger on, get that warmed up. We'll have to go and get some logs, as well as move this timber deck out to here, because we're going to be sharing this timber deck with the Firewood factory until I find a good second-hand one. It's not such a problem, so save a bit of money at the moment, and we'll just use that same timber deck. I did have to change from this size fitting to this size fitting to allow my timber deck to fit. So we've now got driven rollers as well as the driven chain. So we'll get this all connected up. On the demo that didn't quite work. We just had to manually move it all by hand. Another really cool thing about this processor is it has been fitted with the X-Aim. Now the X-Aim is an optional extra, and it measures with, I believe, that sensor there, how much this is up. I can't move it at the moment because it's got pressure on it, but say if it's up like that, it knows it's 20 centimeters, and then it automatically, you know I like my automation, it automatically makes this 10 centimeters high. So it's splitting in the middle of the log, nice and central every single time. So we'll try and get that on camera. Just show you guys. But not only that, it also measures how many cubic meters of firewood you're producing. So I'll try and get into the computer today. It's all very new to me, but I'll try and get into the computer today, and I'll select 50 centimeters because that's where we're going to set our firewood length to. We're going to set it on the 4-way, and then we'll see how many cubic meters it will do today. We've pretty much got all day unless it starts tipping it down. We've got plenty of cages, we've got plenty of wood, and I'm probably gonna try and get some of that kind of greener stuff up there around the back, because it is for a boiler and it's gonna be split 4-way, so it doesn't matter if it's slightly big. So we're going to give it a good go. One thing I have recognised is this panel has been put on the wrong side of this. I believe that has to be behind, and that will stop that flapping around, so I'm going to change that quickly. But yeah, it's nice and simple. Pull down to cut, and then along and the ram, and you'll see how fast this ram when I get it going. So I put on a bit of time lapse. I'll do them rings. As you can see, we've got it set to kindling blocks. First it goes to the kindling machine. So one little modification me and Andy did is we were getting quite a lot of waste between the cage and the waste bins. You would have seen us clearing it up in previous videos. I found that this plate underneath the cleaner was too far back. You can imagine it was finishing here, and a lot of the waste was falling out in them last kind of 4 inches or so. So we brought it forward, and it seems to be doing a really good job. So looks like that bit's going to be quite big. Doesn't quite fit through, as you can see. If I twist it, it might fit through. But I tend to give this a go. Sometimes you can get in here and twist the log round a little bit. And if it's egg-shaped, you can find the narrowest side. That part, because that bark is so thick. That bark is just over 1 inch wide. So we've gained ourselves a little bit more there. Just need to move it around a little bit more. Just go now. I'll leave you guys in there. I will show you quickly how big this is. So that is 49 centimetres, 19 inches. And then this way, where I pulled off the bark, it's about 44. So you can see how you can manipulate the log slightly and get it all in. Well, that's quite a big log, that. So off we go again. This chain is a bit blunt, and the log itself is pinching at the top. See that red bar at the top of that chain? That's meant to stick in the wood and stop it from closing up. So it's doing its job. Wood is also very, very sticky. Very sticky, very sappy. This cleaner seems to be getting a lot more. I'm really pleased I did that. There's barely any waste on the floor. I think that's actually falling out of the cage. So that's working really, really well. I'll let Firewood know about that, because they may change their design slightly to accommodate that. I'm not too sure why it was so set back. I'll let them know. So we're just, as you can see, we're finishing off the last log so we can start using the timber deck. That's all I wanted to do today. We'll run this log through, we'll disconnect the pipes and move it onto the Palax. I want to get that set up for next week. Look at that, straight grain timber. That's going to be lovely timber. Filling up cages. Right, that's that done. Time to get the new girl revved up. Can you tell Woody wants to get the digger? You like a digger, didn't you? Hey? You like a digger? Don't get me all muddy. Thank you. these up before I forget. I did want to make sure all this area was on concrete, because if you're manhandling logs, you don't want to be in the mess. So we've got to get it out. I'm probably going to put only about a foot gap, or barely even a gap, but we do have to make sure the level is right. So we're going to have to move all the pins up, because you don't want it pinching or sending the log down. You want it nice and level throughout here, otherwise all your logs will have a slight angle on them. So we've got to make sure it's the right height. We'll get it nice and close so it's got plenty of drive, and then hopefully we'll be away and we can just... I can't wait to show you guys this machine. Look at that, thing of beauty. Nice big elevator. The elevator does make a little bit of noise because it is chain. Some of you Americans will know, because I see quite a lot of your elevators have this. Although it is very strong and you don't have any problems with logs getting caught up. It's very effective. You've got a tiny grizzly bar there to let a little bit of stuff out. But this is the only height we need, because we're putting an IBC under it. Obviously it goes a lot higher. and you can adjust the speed of it as well on the speed controller down there. So you can move it forward and back, left and right, sorry, by pushing this in. You've got 5 different settings there. There is, I believe, an optional extra. This was an ex-demo machine, so it was already on order, but there is an optional extra. You can get a ram on here, so you can pull a lever and it will go left and right, which would be nice. The only problem with this is timber deck is going to be somewhat in the middle of the driveway. We'll be alright with our trucks and stuff, but if we get any lorry loads of wood in, we're going to have to move it. But there you go. These things happen. Right. Try and lift that end up. And we'll go and lift them legs up. I don't believe I've gone low enough. We're still quite high. I think I'm going to go down to the second hole. I'm currently in the 4th hole. It doesn't matter if it's slightly too high, because these are good to grip the log. So I'm going to lift it all up again and go to the second hole if I can. The middle of these rollers are in the middle of that belt, so it looks like we're pretty close. I just need to move that back end closer to that container, and that will square it up, because it's currently pointing off like that. It needs to just be squared up. Is that right? Check it out. I think that's pretty perfect. I was just about to go and get some timber, but what I'm going to do first is plug this in and make sure it's all working, because I don't want to come down here and fill it out with timber and it not run. New machine and all. So we'll get these pipes plugged in. So it's a bit trial and error really. If it goes the wrong way, then we'll just have to swip them over. As you can see, all 4 pipes are in. Moment of truth. Don't believe there's anything I need to check. Okay. There we go. We're up to speed. Ready? Hey, it's right the first time. Look at that. And then log deck. That's right, it's first time as well. Bit of luck. So when you push that forward, the timber deck goes forward. So that's just how I like it. Rollers feed towards you. So there we go, we're up and running. There we go. Lovely job. That's all working right. So we're going to get some timber, shall we, Woody? Let's go. New processor for the small timber. So yeah, we're back. I tried out 4 machines in total. Japper, or the Yapper 365 from Firewood. Great little machine, fantastic little machine. Just not quite on par with production as I had hoped. But for a smaller firewood producer or a homeowner or an estate owner, perfect machine, perfect machine. I haven't tried a bigger machine from Yapper or Japper. The 405 looks like a good machine, but I really am trying to go for a circular saw blade. I tried out a Dallon at my friend's place. That's a great machine, very simple, very well built, but like I said, I'm trying to get away from the chainsaw, especially for the small stuff. I did try out a Posh. It was a 365 or a 375. That's a nice machine, don't get me wrong. But I was very impressed with the Palax for speed. The Posh was quick. But it was also a little bit more expensive. And I'm not one for being a cheapskate, but I didn't think the build quality or speed were any better on the Posh. I'm yet to find out what the service is like, because I haven't had to use it yet. Arranging a demo and stuff like that from the Palax dealer, Power Forestry, has been very good. I'm hoping this isn't too wet. So yeah, can't complain really. So I went ahead and got the Palax, and I'll show you why very shortly. It's quite wet. We're in the field entrance at the moment. I'll spin you guys around. So, yeah. Pick up some of this timber. Try and stack it nice and neat so we can get as much on as possible. That's a bit of a big one, that one. So I'll demonstrate when we get down to the processor, but the X-Aim, if you're cutting something, I believe if it's under 100mm, it automatically splits it in half. It lifts the 4-way knife up, and we just split it in half. I'm filming so much content today, it's probably going to end up being a setup video, and then a running video. We've got to set up the X-Aim, we've got to set up the length. I'll just say that's a bit of a big one, don't I? I want to go through a 6-way, that's all. We've got to wait for the 6-way to turn up. Look at this timber though, wow. Some of you have been asking me, why did you go for the fixed rotator over a swinging rotator? I just think you got a lot more control, square up logs easier, and it's also brilliant for brash. So if I do ever go off site and move brash for people, there might be some moving of brash for Aztec soon. That's a bit soft in there. Get rid of that. That could be a bearer on the floor. I'm going to mix that up with the hardwood. Come on, girl. A couple more logs on here, if we can fit it. And then we'll carry a grabful down as well. Take a full grabful down. There we go. Nice. Right, well it's very wet, so fingers crossed we don't sink too much. Okay, so to change the length on the 750, if you excuse the voice again, I'm losing it I think. Just go with 24mm spanner. I'll just crack these off. There we go, and we just slide it along then. To our 50cm setting. So there we go, we're into the 50cm range. 50cm, so we can start it. Leave this down here for now. Press play. As we're starting our job. Right guys, that's going to be it for this video. It was getting a bit long, so the running of the processor will be on the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.